Straight, we move to our main talking point about the weekend in Nigeria, I should say. Simply put, riots here and there. Well, not riots, but kidnappings, killings.
Just not mediocre. An orgy of violence.
Across
the country, most parts of the country. And when I finished on Friday, and I said I was going to rest on the weekend because I was tired, to the soul. I was tired to the soul of reporting these killings, these kidnappings. I wanted a break, but I was telling Smart, I need a break. I'm going home. I thought I would come back this week to a different story, but over the weekend, as much as I tried to take my eyes away from the news was in my face, and it was still the same thing, a continuation of a deadly week into a more vicious weekend. When I saw what happened in Imo, and then Kaduna news began to come in, and then eventually, early this morning, I saw the story of what has happened in Minok, in Borno State, where Boko Haram, ISWAP, don't even know who, overran the 156 Task Force Battalion, a full military barracks, and they disguised when they came in. According to the reports the military has given to some journalists, they disguised when they came in, and appears they have compromised communication signals. The army hasn't given official figures yet, but we're hearing 30 soldiers killed. The commander of the task force, Lieutenant Colonel, has not been identified now because the army has to officially let his family know. He's missing in action, probably killed as well. The barrack completely overran, and that's one of the most fortified battalions in the northeast, the 156 Task Force Battalion in Minok. This Boko Haram, doing this. I mean, in a battle where you have 30 military casualties, that's one hell of a battle there, and that is how my week was supposed to begin again. And I look back at the weekend as well. These stories of the kidnappings inside the church in Kaduna. Even Governor Rufai was astonished. He said these people are depraved, without any humanity at all. They entered the church, killed the guard, killed a member of the church, a medical doctor, and then abducted scores of people. They just packed people away. This happened in Chikun local government and in Kaduna.
Some other states are suffering this, but it seemed to me like Kaduna is taking the worst hit.
Stays in the eye of the storm.
Yeah, exactly.
We're still talking about how bandits kidnapped university students, and before we know, they've killed 3 of them, and have promised to kill 3 every day until ransom demands are met. The parents have tried to raise 15 million. They said they want $2 billion, 800 million naira. I'm telling you, that story is. I mean, I just can't believe it. But it's happening in this country at this time. They're running riot everywhere in Kaduna, in Rivers. The same elements, that we have seen, in what has become a modus operandi, really, of killing the military and taking their weapons and setting them ablaze. It happened in Rivers, that moved to Rivers. 3 checkpoints. 1 military killed 2 soldiers, 1 police killed 3 policemen. The 3rd one, a customs checkpoint, killed 3 customs checkpoints. From Omagwa. Omagwa is where the airport is, the last coast of town, into Elele, all just around the Imo State basin, the Imo State border into Rivers State. They run operation like that, attack checkpoints, kill policemen, military men, and customs men. Took their weapons out. In some cases, they were even beheaded. That's the story we saw, So, Jacob, I'm tired, I can't lie to you, but it hasn't made this bad. Last week was bad, the weekend was tougher. It's the story of Nigeria today. It appears like there's really no one in charge, because what I was discussing with my wife after the Greenfield school kidnappings, other 3 were killed, was that I thought that with a general in charge of this country, a retired general who had antecedent, who had precedent, the best thing to do is to lock down this country and find these bandits one after the other, no matter what it takes. If that's going to be the only thing you do it. You cannot kidnap and kill them.
Is retired General Buhari?
General is always a general. I mean, the soldiers say it. Once a soldier, always a soldier, they say. So, there has to be hardening of heart to deal with this thing.
So won't you agree with what Professor Wole Soyinka said, that we're at war?
Are we not? You have to seek help. If you cannot help yourself, you seek help. Because the people will begin to find help by themselves. That was what the Christian Association of Nigeria and Kaduna said yesterday to Governor Rufai. Talk less and do more. All will resort to self-help.
People are tired of themselves.
I mean, if you saw what happened in Gedam is Yobe. Gaydam is the hometown of the new IG of police. While Minok was happening, the army had deployed resources to Gaydam to take Gaydam from ISWAP. ISWAP had arrived in Gaydam, took the town, put their flags up, and were strolling. There was a video of a Boko Haram man walking and strolling inside the town. People, I mean, it was that helpless. And then people were living in droves.
Displaced now,
yeah,
yes.
people were now they were leaving their things and just managing to leave the town. I mean, it was what you see. It's what you see in war films when it has gone bad. People leave the town and run away to seek refuge in the next place they can go. They leave everything they have. You know, I'll ask myself the question. It's a big question this country has to ask itself now. Is there no one in charge? Can we continue like this? I mean, last week it was the dominant topic of a man suspected to have had extremist views sitting in the cabinet. You know, at the end of the day, the presidency endorsed his continuous stay and said his past is his past. What happened in Minok? Military sources are saying that the way they disguised themselves and came in appears like they have external info. You know, this is going to be the dominant discussion every time any attack happens now. That perhaps people have critical information from somewhere. Especially when it's easy to say that in the federal cabinet sits a man who has been suspected of loving Al Qaeda in the past. I mean,
nothing has been done.
Yeah, and nothing has been done. If we keep talking about insecurity in Nigeria, we'll never finish this show. There's quite a lot. You know, if you check my scrapbook, the notes where I try to write my notes, it's so full. Wonder if I publish it.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more. Leave a comment and like. Thank you.